Hey everyone, my name is Teresa. Welcome to my channel. As you can see by the board that I am holding, today is December's round of my TBR game, Jurassic TBR. Hi guys, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. Very first thing is my ring light broke, so if the lighting in this video is really bad, I'm sorry. I will do what I can in editing, but it broke and I haven't gotten a new one yet, so this is literally the only light I have in this room. Fortunate, but it is what it is. So hopefully it's not terrible, but I wanted to get this video out to you sooner rather than later because I'm going to be traveling quite a bit during the last end of November and into December. So thought I had to film this right away, get it up to you.
So I said that this video needs to go up right away. I have to get it up. I'm leaving soon for the holidays, and I wanted to get this video up sooner rather than later. Obviously, that didn't happen. So you can just ignore me, and later in this video, I will mention how I have to leave soon. I need to get this video up. Again, didn't happen, so please just ignore all of that, and let's get back to our regularly scheduled program.
If you guys are new here, have no idea what I'm talking about, this is my game. This is Jurassic TBR. It is what I play every month to help me pick the books I'm going to read. And since this is the December's version, I decided to dress a little festive in my Christmas sweater. So if you're new, let me really quickly, or maybe you need a refresher, let me really quickly go over the game. I start out here on the Jurassic TBR sim roll. I roll a dice. I follow the footprints along until we reach the top at the helipad to escape. The only rule is I have to have the exact number to escape the first time. So if I'm here, I have to roll a 1 and 2. If I roll anything other than that 2, I go backwards the amount of spaces on the die. If I roll a 2, I escape. And then if I go backwards, basically from there on out, I can just escape. So if I'm here again and I roll a 12, I can get out, no problem. Those are really the only major rules with the game. The green footprints stand for my Mystery TBR cards. The red footprints are for my Jurassic TBR cards. White footprints are owned TBR. Yellow footprints are fantasy, and black footprints are thriller. I think that's everything regarding the board, so let's put this away and we can chat. So I've already played the game board quite a while ago, actually, because I knew that I was going to be quite busy during the latter half of November with the American Thanksgiving and then into December with Christmas. So I was like, I'm going to play it nice and early and get it out of the way. I don't have that footage in front of me. It's uploaded on my computer, and I didn't feel like trying to dig through it and find it to tell you, like, oh, I moved this many rolls or this many rolls, because, like, you guys will see it in the video play. Like, I don't need to repeat it. Basically, game's already been played, and I'm just going to go through what the game did pick for me. Yeah. Before we get into gameplay, let's quickly go over October's TBR, because I am doing every other month, or like 2 months behind as far as recaps, just because we are still in November. I still have time to read books, and I would rather just tell you, I'm just telling you October. So let's go ahead and find out how I did for October. I drew a Mr. TBR card that was a book box book, so basically anything I've gotten in a box. I picked Silver in the Bone by Alexandra Bracken. I have read that, so that card will be discarded. Then I had another Mr. TBR card, which was a hardback, and I read Scythe by Neil Schusterman, or I picked Scythe, and that is what I read. October was my birthday month, and so I actually had my dog pick my reads for me, so if you want to go back and watch that, I'll link it up above. It was really fun. And then I drew another Mr. TBR card, which was anything published after 1989, because I was born 1988, and so just anything after like that decade basically is what I chose for this one. And I chose The Girl in the Bog by Keith Donahue. Didn't read that one, so that card goes back into the active pile. Then I had an underrated book, a Jurassic TBR card, which is underrated, and that was Tentacles by Roald Smith. I started it, but I didn't get very far into it, so that one goes back into the active pile. Then I drew for my own TBR. It was Gone at Midnight by Jake Anderson. I did read that. Then I had a Jurassic TBR card for Gary Mitchell, read a book about dinosaurs, ×2. And I had The Paleontologist and The Fossil Hunter. Paleontologist by Luke DeMoss. Didn't read. The Fossil Hunter by Tia Cooper, I did read, but that card, because it has 2 and I didn't read 1, has to go back into the active deck. Then I had a thriller, which was The Garden Girls by Jessica R. Patch, read, and I will say probably best book of the year. Like, not even probably, like by far best book of the year. And then I had Own TBR, which was Secret in the Willows by Bailey Lewis. Didn't read it because I can't find that book. I have no idea where it went. So 2 of the 4 cards are being discarded and 2 are going back in the active deck. If you guys want to, like I said, watch more of that, where this little one right here picks my books for me, I will link it above, down below as well. You can go watch it. And like I said, I'm still in November, so I'm not telling you how I've done yet. You'll find that out in January. As far as any extra things I'm doing in December, I don't have any plans as far, like I have no buddy reads, no readathons or anything like that. That may change as we get closer to the month. The only thing I know I'm participating in is Bucket Listathon. That runs through November. It runs in November, but you can kind of do it through the end of the year. So I'm going to be doing that as well. That is hosted by Demi Dabbles, which will be linked. Her video will be linked down below the announcement. And I will be participating in that through the end of the year. Other than that, like I said, I don't really have any other plans. My biggest plan or goal for the end of the year is just to finish all of the books on my 25 by 25, which is 25 books I picked at the beginning of the year to read in this year. And I'm not doing well. So I have quite a few books I need to read for that. So I'm going to try and put as many on the TBR as possible. So enough with the chatting. Let's go play the game. I have Dr. Ellie Sattler, who is going to help me escape Jurassic TBR today. I choose between an 8-sided and a 10-sided dice to roll. Whichever one has the higher number will be the dice I use for this game. Well, got an 8. And we got a 4, so that means I'm using the 10-sided die today. I think this is the 10-sided? Yeah, this is the 10-sided die. We're using that one today. Okay, roll number 1. Roll number 1 is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yellow, which is fantasy. Okay, Ranger decides he wants to be a part of this video today. Like I said, I don't know how many I rolled. Obviously, you would have just seen that in the video. Well, hopefully, you would have seen it in the video how many spaces I rolled. But I landed on a fantasy. And so for fantasy, I'm choosing to read Muse of Nightmares by Lonnie Taylor. Oh my gosh, this lighting is horrific. I'm so sorry, guys. This is the really pretty Owl Crate edition that has the beautiful naked hardback with the pretty sprayed edges, or not sprayed edges. I mean, it does have sprayed edges, but what is this? This is called the Under the Dust Jacket. There we go. Absolutely gorgeous. I loved Strange Dreamer. And now I need to finish with Muse of Nightmares. If you're going to see, it'll be on here. It is on my 25 and 25. It's quite a chunky book, so I'm hoping that I can, read a good chunk of it early on in December to get this run rolled out. But it's the sequel to Strange the Dreamer. If you don't know what Strange the Dreamer is, it's basically this orphan who believes in the city called Weep. That's not the city's real name. No one can remember what the real name is. It's this magical, mystical city that people say don't exist. And he's believes it 100%. And so when he grows up, becomes a scholar trying to prove the city exists. One day, someone, an emissary from the city, shows up and was like, hey, guess what? We are real. And we have monsters attacking our city, and we need someone to help us. And so Laszlo Strange, our main character who we're following, who is the orphan, gets able to come along to fight the monsters, and we just follow his stories. We see the monsters' point of view and find out they may be not as monstrous as the people think they are. It's beautiful. It's sad. The ending had me on a chokehold, and so now I really, really want to finish this. But I figured, you know what? It's fantasy. It's perfect. I need to read it this year anyways. So, Muse of Nightmares is going on the TBR. Let's go for the next roll. Roll number 2. Roll number 2 is 6. So far, so good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Red, which is Jurassic TBR card. Pull off the top of the pile, and we have Vivian Krill, Read a Cozy Mystery. Perfect for December. Okay, next roll landed me on a Jurassic TBR card, and what it chose for me was Vivian Krill, Read a Cozy Mystery. So because it is Christmas time, y'all, I decided to find a Christmas cozy mystery to read. I don't have it physically with me, but I'll put it up on screen here. And the title is Rest Ye Murdered Gentlemen, and I did not write down the author's name, and I really don't remember much about what this is about. I just remember finding it at the library or finding it on Libby, and I was like, that sounds amazing. It's a Christmas murder mystery is all I know. Cozy mystery set at Christmas time, rescue murdered gentleman, cozy mystery, Christmas murder mystery. So there we go. Okay, next roll. Roll 3. Ooh, that might have shifted, but I promise it's a 2. 1, 2. White, which is owned TBR. Okay, this one is always fun and absolutely terrifying at the same time. So I landed on the white footprint, which is owned TBR, which means I get to draw out of the lovely TBR jar. This has every single book that I own that I have not read yet. There are books in here that have been read. I just haven't pulled all the slips out yet because there's like 400 something in here, and I don't want to have every single slip find the books I've read and pull them out. So if I pull one I've already read, we'll just skip it and go to another one. As far as the colors go, you have the pinks, which are anything that I hauled before 2020, greens, which are anything that was hauled between 2020 and 2023. The blues are anything hauled in 2024, and the yellows are anything hauled this year in 2025. So I'm just gonna shake it up. This is always terrifying because I have some monster books on my TBR. I have, I don't know, just like books that kind of scare me a little bit. But I also have really short ones too. So could be good, could be bad. Let's see, what am I going to draw? I'm gonna go for this one. Oh, okay, it's a pink one, which means that I hauled it before 2020. So it's at least 5 years old, as far as it's been on my shelves for at least 5 years. Okay, I should probably show you that I'm doing this, whatever. Okay. And what do we have? The interpretation of murder. Okay, I think that would be okay. That's right behind me here on this shelf. Or is it up there? Here it is. I found it. It's up here. Okay. This is wrong one. Here we go. The Interpretation of Murder by Jed Rubenfield. This takes place in the summer of 1909. Sigmund Freud arrived by steamship in New York Harbor for a short visit to America. Though he would live another 30 years, he would never return to this country. Little is known about the week he spent in Manhattan, and Freud's biographers have long speculated as to why, in his later years, he referred to Americans as savages and criminals. So this is like a imagining of Freud's time spent in America. It takes like real life facts from his time here and kind of weaves them in with historical knowledge and obviously like fiction from the author's mind. Because in the Interpretation of Murder, Jed Rubenfield weaves the facts of Freud's visit into a riveting atmospheric story of corruption and murder set all over turn-of-the-century New York. A fictional take on Sigmund Freud's visit to America. I studied Freud in college. I took a few psychology classes, and while he's not my favorite of the old-timer psychiatrist guys, he's still an interesting character. So maybe like a bit of a mystery set in early 1900s New York City with Sigmund Freud. So it could be pretty interesting. So I'm not mad about this one. Roll 4. Nice big number. Roll 4 is a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yellow, which is fantasy. Okay, another fantasy. This is working out perfectly because I have a lot of fantasies on my 25 and 25. And so I'm going to be reading Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. This once more is the gorgeous Owl Crate edition. It's signed, has a letter, beautiful spray or end pages, you know, all of the lovely things. This one, I don't know like a whole heck of a lot about it. I know it's enemies to lovers, or rivals to lovers, really. I think it's World War II, but in like a fantastical world. When two young rival journalists find love through a magical connection, they must face the depths of hell in a war between gods to seal their fate. I know our main character, or the female main character, her brother is missing on the front lines, and she's looking to win a promotion at the Oath Gazette. But of course, there's a rival. I think that she writes letters to her brother, but somehow her rival gets them, and it's like a you got mail kind of trope situation here. I've heard a lot of really good things about this. I think it's technically considered fantasy romance or romantasy, but like I've heard a lot of people who don't really read romantasy like this book, and I don't read romantasy, so I'm hoping that this one will work out for me. But it's absolutely gorgeous edition. On my 25 by 25, it is fantasy, but I mean, it's already a couple chunky books on my TBR, so yikes. Okay, let's hope that, the game keeps going nice and that I can finish soon and not put a whole bunch more books on my TBR. I mean, I already know because I've already played the game, but like, let's just roll with it. Roll number 5. Number 5 is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Green Mr. TBR card. Okay, draw off the top for Mr. TBR, and we have female author. Nice and easy. So I landed on my very first Mr. TBR card of the game, and the prompt is female author. So for this one, this is not off my 25 and 25, but it is off of my own TBR. And again, because it's Christmas time, I wanted to read some Christmassy reads, so I'm choosing to read The Christmas Murder Game by Alexandra Benedict. If I'm remembering correctly, she also wrote Murder on the Christmas Express, which I read last year, 2 years ago, and thought it was super fun. It was like a retelling or retake on Murder on the Orient Express. I don't know if this one is a take on anything, but it takes place at Christmas. It says 12 clues, 12 keys, 12 days of Christmas, but how many will die before the 12th night? There's an annual Christmas game. This year's prize is to die for, deed to the house itself. And the main character is basically like reluctant return home. Our main character wants something to do with the family since her mom died 21 years ago. She doesn't want the house. She's just like, get me away from all of you people. Until she receives a letter from her aunt promising that the game's riddles will give her keys to not only endgame, but to its darkest secrets, including the identity of her mother's murderer. So her and her estranged cousins must compete for 12 days during Christmas time, or 12 days of Christmas. There's a snowstorm, phone lines are down, people I'm sure are going to be dying. It sounds very, very fun. Kind of a little bit reminiscent of The Family Game by Catherine Stedman, which I read and absolutely adored. I normally am not like a rich people problems lover, but that book was great. So I'm hoping that this one will be fun and kind of twisty and just like good old Christmas murders. I don't know, but Christmassy books you read at Christmas time. I mean, come on. I'm not going to read this any other time of year, so I might as well get it read now. And of course, we have female author. Okay, and now we come to the dreaded part. With one roll of this dice, I can officially escape. So I have to roll the exact number, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I do not roll a 7, I have to go backwards. Whoops, what was that? Oh, that was a 10 anyways, so it doesn't count. I mean, it wouldn't count anyways, I was just curious, so that'd be hilarious. That was a 7. Anyways, I have to go backwards the amount of spaces that are on the dice. Hopefully it's not a 10, but let's roll and see what we get. Well, not as bad as a 10, I guess. It's 9. So that means I have to go backwards 9 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then once again, I land on owned TBR. Okay, you have to reach back into the jar once again. This is always terrifying because I never know. I never know what's in here. Let's see. Let's go for this one. Okay, a green one. That means anything held between 2020 and 2023. So let me go ahead and undo this and find out what I'm reading. Upside down. The Poison Season. I literally just pulled this out to go on my shelves because it's kind of Christmassy looking. The Poison Season by Mara Rutherford. I'm actually really excited for this. It could have been more perfect. This one is just, it seems like a fairy tale, a Christmassy type of fairy tale. I don't even remember what this is about. All I know is that it sounded amazing and the cover is gorgeous. This is what I loved that they did that. That's what like the regular cover looks like. This of course is the Owl Crate cover. We have the end with the under the dust jacket and these beautiful like swan end pages. I don't even know if that was focusing. I think this is a Swan Princess retelling. I could be incorrect though. Outsiders are always given a choice. The forest or the lake. Either way, they're never heard from again. Lilo has spent her entire life on Indila, coexisting with the bloodthirsty forest and respecting the poisonous lake that protects her island from outsiders who seek to destroy it. As much as she accepts her community, she struggles to accept that her younger brother will be exiled by his next birthday unless he gains the magic of enchanted song so vital to Indila. But then our main character saves an outsider who is drowning in the lake, basically like betraying everyone on the island, and I'm guessing they fall in love. And she has to deal with the consequences of her actions. I mean, guys, is this not the most wintry, Christmassy story you can get without being straight up Christmas? Look, TBR jar, thank you. You could not have done better. This is so, I literally just pulled this out today to put on my shelf. So I'm like, oh, it feels Christmassy. So the poison season will be added to my TBR. Definitely not mad about that one. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so now I just roll until I escape. Next roll. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Red Jurassic TBR card. So I have my pile down here, drawing from the top. We have, one we had in September, Dr. Alan Grant, read a book related to paleontology. Literally reading 2 books related to paleontology right now. Will not count though. I'll have to find another one. Okay, whatever, we can do it. So once again, Jurassic TBR card, and once again, I think this is the 3rd time this year, Dr. Alan Grant, which is read a book related to paleontology. I know I had this at least once this year, and I haven't completed it. I'm pretty sure I had it more than once this year, and I haven't completed it. So for this one, I'm making it real easy on myself, and I'm going to read Dinosaur Lady, The Daring Discoveries of Mary Anning, the First Paleontologist. This is by Linda Skiers, and pictures are by Marta Alvarez Minguez, I believe is how you pronounce that. I'm so sorry if I'm incorrect. This is just a picture book about the world's first female paleontologist, Mary Anning. Or is it Anning? I can never remember exactly how to pronounce that. But it looks super cute. I can't remember if I've read this before. I think I may have, but whatever. And it's just a story about her. And it is about paleontology because she was the first female paleontologist, and I really need a break with this prompt because this is the 3rd time this year it's come up and I still haven't completed it. So I'm pretty sure I can complete a picture book. At least, oh my goodness, I hope I complete a picture book. Yikes. So that's what I'm going to be reading for the paleontology prompt. Next roll. Is it 2? Is the game going to be playing mean now? 1, 2, Mr. TBR card. The game was teasing me to give me big rolls in the beginning. Now it's giving me small ones. All right. We have one of these big ones, and it is book to movie. So I need to read a book that has been adapted to a movie, and hopefully read the movie as well, or watch the movie as well, but I don't need to. I just need to read the book. And then another Mr. TBR card was drawn, and it is book to movie. This took me a little bit to try and figure out what I wanted to do here, and then I remembered that I have the perfect book, and that is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I have never read A Christmas Carol. One of my all-time favorite movies ever is Muppets Christmas Carol. I watch it every single Christmas or like December season and absolutely adore it. So I was like, I should read the source material and then watch the movie. So I'm pretty sure majority of people know what A Christmas Carol is about. Now, this is A Christmas Carol in prose, being a ghost of Christmas by Charles Dickens, and this is the Owl Crate special edition. It's like tiny little book. Like it's only got 81 pages. The writing is a little bit small, but nothing terrible. I'm very excited for this. I've never read a Charles Dickens book before. I normally have difficulty with classics just because the language is sometimes difficult for me to get into because it's Old English basically, but I am quite excited for this one. And again, it's so tiny. Like I need tiny books on my TBR because I've got a few big ones. I'll be reading A Christmas Carol and then watching a Muppets Christmas Carol. If you've never seen that, do yourself a favor and go look it up. It's so good. It's so good. It's my favorite version of Christmas Carol ever to exist. Okay, let's go ahead and do our next roll. If I get a 10, the game is done. Lucky number 10. Come on. Well, very, very, very close. I will accept it. That is a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Once again, landed on owned TBR. And just for the heck of it, let's roll to see what I get. I got a 9 again. Doesn't matter though, because anything will let us escape. So there it is, guys. We have officially escaped Jurassic TBR. And thankfully, that was our last roll. But that means that I have to draw another one. Okay, so far it's been nice. It's been nice. Please continue to be nice, Mr. Jar. Let's see. I think if I draw, I want either a blue or a yellow. So if I draw a pink or green, I'm going to redraw. So let's see. Let's go for this one. It's a pink. Okay, I'm redrawing. How about this one? It's another pink. Redrawing again. Green. I would get the green. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna look and pick. Did I get any of them? I have a blue. There's a blue in here. There's a blue. You see it? It's a blue. Okay, we're gonna go with that one. Holy moly. Let's put these ones back. Still have my blue, by the way. I'm just putting back the green and pink ones. Okay, so that took a lot longer than it should have. But a blue means any book I've hauled last year. Now, I don't think I've hauled anything scary last year. I hope not, anyways. But let's open it up and find out what it is, and we'll figure it out together. Oh, it's upside down. Origin. Okay, not really Christmassy, but definitely can work. Give me a second, I'll grab it. Okay, here I have Origin. This is by Jessica Corey, and I'm probably pronouncing it incorrectly. This is book 1 in a series. It is sci-fi, and it says the jungle hides a girl who cannot die. Kia has always known her own destiny to start a new race, a line of descendants who will bring an end to death. Like a new race of people, I'm guessing. For as long as she can remember, Kia's greatest desire has been to fulfill their expectations. But then one night she finds a hole in the impenetrable fence that surrounds her sterile home. Kia meets Io, a boy from a nearby village. Unable to resist, she continues sneaking out to see him. As they fall in love, they begin to piece together the truth about Kia's origins, the truth with consequences that are nothing less than deadly. So, sci-fi romance, probably. I mean, it's YA. There's always romance in YA. But sci-fi, this is a bigger book too, kind of a chunky one. It's like close to 400 pages. Yikes. But I have the whole series on my TBR, and I've been meaning to read it for a while. I've been meaning to do more sci-fi, so this is definitely not what I was hoping for, but also not a bad one either. So here is my stack of books that I'm going to be reading in December, the books that my TBR chose for me, minus the one cozy mystery. So we have News of Nightmares for fantasy, Interpretation of Murder for owned TBR, Divine Rivals for fantasy. What was this one? Oh, The Christmas Game for female author. Oh gosh, Christmas Carol for book to movie, The Poison Season and Origin, both for own TBR, and then Rescue Murder Gentleman for cozy mystery. So, okay, put you down. So a pretty decent stack. I mean, I got quite a few mysteries on here, which is kind of fun. Some fantasies, and maybe like a thriller or something. Could have been way worse. It could have been so much worse. So those are the books that I'm going to be reading in December for Jurassic TBR. Only 2 of them are off my 25 and 25, which is kind of a bummer, but whatever. I'll make it work. Wish me luck, you guys. Let me know down in the comments if you have read any of these books, if any of these books look entertaining to you or like interesting to you, or if you've read them and are like, hey, Teresa, don't read that. That's not a book for you. Let me know. I'd love to know. If you haven't already but would like to see more by me, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I promise that my lighting situation is going to get better. It's just I have to get this video out now, and my ring light is broken. So it is what it is, unfortunately. Subscribe, comment, like this video if you liked it. Do all the YouTube things that you normally do. If you want to leave a comment but don't have anything to say, you can leave a penguin. I have a little penguin on my Christmas sweater. So leave a penguin or like a snowflake or some kind of Christmassy, like wintry emoji, because we are coming into the winter season. And I like it, except for the fact that the days, it now gets dark at like 5, and I'm not okay with that. But other than that, I love this time of year. So let me know what you all are reading in December, and anything else you'd like to say. Again, leave it in the comments. Find everything you need to find in the description. You can find all my Goodreads, my Storygraph, Instagram, all that stuff is in the description as well. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you have a great December, a Merry Christmas, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.